And the White House moved quickly to explain why it did what it did. Correspondent Kevin Cork is traveling with President Obama in Hawaii and reports from Honolulu. Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, you're right on the money, Shannon. The president made this decision by himself, but not after close consultation with key members of his inner circle, including Vice President Joe Biden, Secretary of State John Kerry, National Security Advisor Susan Rice, and UN Ambassador Samantha Power. It's also important to point out what Deputy National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes had to say about this today. He said, listen, the abstention vote was preferred because the UN hasn't exactly been impartial on this issue.
When it comes to final status issues, we believe that those should be negotiated between the parties.
Rhodes repeating the assertion that the president's done more for Israel's security than any other U.S. president, noting that $38 billion military aid package signed very recently. But when asked whether he thought Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was committed to peace, Rhodes sounded a bit skeptical.
And at a certain point, the words and the actions become irreconcilable. And that's what we're concerned about.
Meanwhile, Secretary of State John Kerry said today the United States acted with one primary objective in mind: to preserve the possibility of the two-state solution. He went on to add, while we do not agree with every aspect of this resolution, it rightly condemns the violence and incitement and settlement activity and calls on both sides to take constructive steps to reverse current trends and advance the prospects for a two-state solution. Not all that we're going to hear on this subject, obviously, Shannon, as the administration tries to thread the diplomatic needle on this one. Shannon?
All right, Kevin. Also, we know the president signed into law the National Defense Authorization Act today, but not without a little bit of controversy, right?
Yeah, that's right. The NDAA has always been complicated because it comes with some strings attached. I can tell you right now that it does include $3.2 billion in military spending. And that includes, by the way, and this is important for a lot of our viewers, some 2% increase, a little bit more than 2% increase in salary and in pay and compensation for U.S. service personnel. That's important. But as you pointed out, it certainly comes with a few strings attached and some specific restrictions. Most notably, it also sort of handcuffs the president in his effort to try to close the facility at Guantanamo Bay. It also adds new restrictions on transfers related to leaving Gitmo. So we'll watch carefully how that all plays out. Shannon, back to you.
All right, Kevin Cork traveling with the president in Hawaii. Thank you, Kevin.